Hey guys, what's up? It's Craig Hunt Coaching here, and today I am going to talk about my top 5 things that keep me tough. And I'm often asked about what keeps me strong and tough through life and its challenges. And what I'm going to do is just highlight some of these things that are my kind of main go-tos. And there are a lot of different things that I do use, a lot of different tactics and approaches, but these 5 are kind of the ones that stick out the most, the ones that in no particular order, but always kind of have a good effect on me physically and mentally. So first one is exercise, and I'm not talking about any kind of nice light jog here or any comfortable set of squats where you can do an easy 12 reps without even breaking a sweat. I'm talking about the kind of exercise that makes you feel like you are about to die. The kind that absolutely scares the hell out of you. The kind where you are dripping of sweat, you're breathing heavily, you're ready to pass out. In my opinion, what is the point of doing any kind of physical exercise if you're not ready to go into those dark corners of yourself? That is where we're stepping outside of our comfort zone. And the next thing that really sticks out for me, and again, in no particular order on how to be a little bit tougher, is cold therapy. So, if you listen to how many people, how many kind of different generalizations and responses there are towards the idea of maybe jumping into a cold shower or a cold bath, well, there is your answer. Most people let the fear of cold water touching their skin, it weakens them away. And I start every day with some form of cold exposure. This way, I have primed that tough muscle inside of my head by doing something that I may not necessarily want to do. Don't get me wrong, there are some days where it's easier than others, but there are a lot of days where I really don't want to do it. And that generates and strengthens that just fucking do it voice, which again is that tough side to what you need. Next thing is meditating. So a lot of people may think of meditating as this calming and relaxing thing, which it is absolutely, but meditating allows me to not let any stressful or negative situations take control of my feelings or my emotions. This kind of allows me to put up an invisible shield around me, which, so that whatever external negative energies try to get inside of me, they simply don't. This keeps me 100% in control of my response to any stimulus, whether that's good or bad. And imagine, sitting and remaining calm in a room where everyone else around you is at complete panic or stress. This, in my opinion, is one of the toughest things that you can do from a mentality point of view. The next thing is visualizing worst case scenarios. This might sound a little bit crazy to some people, but taking my mind to the most scariest situations and scenarios and actually pretending that it's actually happening, this puts me into a problem solving and adrenaline based state. So if you visualize the absolute worst that could happen, then what you are doing is actually rehearsing yourself towards how you will respond and what choices you will make, so that if it actually does happen, you're tough and you're ready for it, because you've actually already been there in your head. And this really will strengthen you up, and it will actually improve your, not just your toughness, but your problem solving responses to, in being in that moment and in being how you need to respond to things automatically. And the final thing is saying yes. So the moment I got into the habit of just saying yes when I was filled with any kind of fear, whether that's big or small, this was the moment that I found myself stepping more and more outside of my comfort zone and doing things that I would have never done before, even if you would have offered me a big paycheck. So, this is, again, you are being the upper hand on your fears, and you are controlling what you do instead of your head choosing for you. This will then leak out to so many different areas of your life where you may have even never dreamt of saying yes before, but because it's so automatic, you're creating a new conditioning in your habitual behavior and choice making, and you just say it and you're ready for whatever comes next. So these are my kind of top 5, again, in no particular order. These are just the things that have worked well for me on a consistent basis. There are many other practices that I use, but these are the ones that I tend to tap in the most. And I feel like as we step into this new generation, I do strongly believe that we are becoming weaker by the day as a species, due to the evolution of technology and its easier and lazier approaches towards things before that would have, before taken a much larger amount of effort, energy and toughness. And don't get me wrong, a lot of these things are awesome and very, very helpful and effective. But as our younger generation grows older, they will become more and more less likely to know what to do when they are faced in a position where they have to be tough.